recording. I'll tell you later what we're gonna do. Fun one this time. Oh, delightful. We're out here on the streets, as it were. A Catholic church. The Catholic Church. The last thing I want to do is cross a picket line, as we well know. Go around it. Whew, crisis averted. It's a whipped cream day. Oh, you're filming it? All right, good. So, here's what's happening. We're gonna go around the city and look at all the Christmas trees that we can find, because as we well know, I love a good Christmas tree. So I'm going to be doing that and also reading some bits of trivia about Christmas trees, because there's one thing that I know about the American public educational system. It does not teach about really anything. So we're going to be talking about this, and we're also going to see if the menorah is still in Copley Square, because we love the story of Hanukkah. Let's go. So we're here in the Prudential Center, Commerce and Enterprise, and we're here to seek out two things. A Christmas tree, Santa Claus. What kind of a mall of sorts would this be if Santa Claus wasn't here? So we're gonna go find it. Oh wait, really? Where is Santa? We found the jolly old elf himself, Kris Kringle. If ever there was a manifestation of the American military-industrial complex as Santa Claus, he flies something through the sky. I think it's time for our first fact. Paper. All right. The Christmas tree originated in pagan Germanic land. It was originally known as the Yule log, because they would bring nature, you know, the pagans and all that sort of thing with their nature worship. They would bring the Yule log into the home, evil spirits and demons and things like that. Then they would burn it. It's a marshmallow world in the winter. Of course, Mother always was the singer. I was more of the model, the dancer, window shopping. We're all hoarders anyway. I, of course, have never done it. Like when I lived in New York for that brief stint of time, trying to make it as a model. Christmas. Thank God. We made it. I personally am not the biggest fan of malls, between you and me. A little hole in the wall, little mom and pop shop to get my Christmas shopping. Oh, blood donations are happening right now. I can't donate blood, but that's a story for another time. Time for another Christmas tree fact. We're by foliage, so the most common type of tree uses the Christmas tree, as we now know, are Scotch pine, Virginia pine, white pine, balsam fir, Douglas fir, and, of course, cherry and hawthorn can also be used and have been used historically. Of course, we like all kinds of trees. So the outfit today, of course, is a bit of a pencil skirt and a green sweater in the Christmas colors, of course, because festive things. And then you take the hosiery, pull it over the shorts under the skirt, and then you just use a nice sweater adorned with a brooch to really tie together the ensemble. And the fur and gloves, of course, are necessary, I think, in these conditions outside. So we're here again at the Boston Public Library. They have wreaths outside the door by the candelabra, and of course you can't go wrong with a wreath. There's a policeman. Here we are in Copley Square. Behind me is the old Trinity Church, and behind me also is another Christmas tree, but I cannot neglect to mention that there is nary a menorah out here, but I need to mention it. And of course, we all know the story of Hanukkah being the Maccabee rebellion, you know, reclaimed the city of Jerusalem, sought to rededicate the temple, so they lit the menorah. And alas, alack, it lasted for 8 days when it was only supposed to last for 1, and that is a miracle if ever I heard one. So I just needed to mention it. We don't need a one-sided cultural identity in the United States. Our third Christmas tree fact, here it is. Christmas trees have been in the United States since 1851, after being popularized by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. The hallmark of aristocracy is responsibility, as we all well know. Yuletide mirth, Christmas joy, Queen Victoria. And I'm just going to read another Christmas tree fact. 48% of United States households use artificial trees. That is unacceptable. I love a good plastic, I must admit, because, you know, plastic, I cannot abide by poor taste. One thing that I simply adore is a good, live Christmas tree, adorning the home, bringing mirth and joy into the heart of many an American. I truly cannot understand why someone would bring an artificial Christmas tree back. Maybe we should get an artificial Christmas tree. It would definitely help with the cats. They would stop eating it probably. Get that thing out of my face. I could never forego style and substance for something of mere convenience. That would be selfish on my part. And of course Mother would never allow it. And the cats, to mention what the cats would do, I blush to think about it. All right, let's keep going. So I was thinking maybe we should stop at Talbots. I need to get Mother a present for the holiday season. 40% off the entire store. That includes new arrivals. So they're having an entire sale on the stores. I'm by no means sponsored by Talbots. And of course I'm not being paid to say this. And look at that cape. A woman after my own heart, that mannequin. I love architecture. So here we are in the Boston Public Garden. And I need to say something. Look around you. Do you see any snow? Of course you don't. There's no snow. That is an abomination. It is Christmas time. There should be snow on the ground. Climate change is real. That's all I'm going to say about it. Oh my God, wait, no, look. It's a huge Christmas tree, even though it's not a Christmas tree. Let's go over to it. Did you get that? We can edit that out, right? We can cut that. So Christmas trees, that is trees that are used for Christmas trees, take about 7 to 10 years to reach full maturity, and most of the trees that are used commercially for Christmas trees are grown in California, Oregon, Michigan, Washington, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. What more is there to say? Oh my God, what's this? I love mirth and festivities. Oh, there's a stepping stool. The bells are ringing. I'm not at Grey Gardens right now. I don't think that I could bear to spend a Christmas away from the cats and from Mother, of course. And I suppose Jerry can't stand that kid. I could have been a countess. Can you imagine me, a countess? Countess Edith. It's a weeping beach. Here we are in the Boston Common, trying to see if we can find a Christmas tree in here. Although I don't see one. All I see is empty branches and barren pathways. The absence of any a Kris Kringle, any a St. Nicholas, many a jolly old elf may indeed be a part of the war on Christmas. I would disagree fundamentally. It doesn't exist. Here's the scoop on Krampus. I love a good horror Germanic, going back to Germanic roots of the Yuletide season. Krampus is a demon helper of Santa Claus. Comes to your house at night, and instead of all the little children, the bad little children getting cold, he puts them in his wicker basket and he hauls them off to hell. And that is the true meaning of Christmas. Mirth, joy, the holiday spirit, Christmas time. Ho, ho, ho. Happy holidays.
Stop.
We're not going to talk about it. Gay apparel, deck the halls. All right, I'm going to be reading a Christmas tree fact from this thing. All right. So, as we know, President Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, first put the Christmas tree into the White House in 1856, and Theodore Roosevelt banned it from the White House for environmental reasons, for preservational things, you know. We found it. At long last, we have arrived at the Boston Christmas tree. So, here it is. Let's read the plaque. The Nova Scotia Tree for Boston. Each year, the people of Nova Scotia send a majestic Christmas tree to Boston to acknowledge the kindness and generosity of the people of Boston and Massachusetts for their immediate and ongoing support following the devastating 1917 Halifax explosion and all that sort of thing. Oh God, my knees. So this is indeed the Christmas tree donated by the people of Nova Scotia to the city of Boston. Of course, that was before the Soviet Union broke up. Here we are in City Hall, and this is the City Hall Christmas tree. It's not lit up right now because it's, of course, still daytime out, which, in my opinion, is no excuse. Indicative of poor budgeting and city planning, I think. Obviously, we all know that John F. Kennedy was a very, very attractive president, and how I easily could have been the First Lady. The unsung heartthrob of American history, without a doubt, Samuel Adams. The man could brew a good brew, the bone structure alone. But look at that profile. What more can you ask for in a man, honestly, is than some good penmanship, literacy, and a revolutionary flair. So here we are walking along the Freedom Trail towards the Faneuil Hall Christmas tree, and this man starts playing a saxophone. I simply adore artists doing their thing on the street. Did I already say the first Christmas tree lights were made in 1890? Time has come for our last Christmas tree fact, and that is, I don't need the paper to say this, water your Christmas tree. The last thing that you need is to be going about your business and to have your Christmas tree go up in flames because it's a dry shrub in your house, and then all of a sudden you and your family is in an inferno. It's the last thing you need. So water your Christmas tree. Hazards all about us. It's a necessity of the territory. Water your Christmas tree. Water your Christmas tree. Lovely. The only way to travel in style, I think, is by horse-drawn carriage. I love a good horse. I love a good Christmas carol.